are coming off of a weekend of a whole bunch of fun, man.
Tomfoolery, if you ask me.
A whole bunch of fun. We went out and had
Tomfoolery.
a time.
Yep. What's going on, everybody? You checked in with another episode of the All Points Podcast. We are the freshest crew, and I go by the name of Kyle.
Jonathan the Great.
Midwest.
And welcome to the episode.
Okay.
What's up?
Look at us. Yeah, we back with another episode. We are coming off of a weekend of a whole bunch of fun, man.
Tomfoolery, if you ask me.
A whole bunch of fun. We went out and had
Tomfoolery.
a time.
Yep.
Some of us was out there shaking our nuts. Some of us was out there shaking our butts. It was a good time, man.
I went to the bathroom and shook my dick.
Yeah. Okay, so a few of us went out to Rev over the weekend, and yeah. So if you've heard of us talk about Rev on the show before or whatever, it's a local club here.
It's one of the hottest nightclubs in Wichita.
Debatable, but whatever. It's where we go.
You take what you can get, or what they offer.
Speaking of, since you started talking and we started talking about Rev,
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell you did or what you do. Is that recording? You don't look like
Yeah, it is.
Okay, but I don't know how the fuck you know all the bar staff and all of downtown Wichita. It don't make no sense.
Well, I'll give a brief history. My parents, I feel like my dad was like, everybody hates Chris. And then on top of that, he probably had some stuff going on the back end of things. So with that being said, I was basically, me and my brothers are like military kids. Parents aren't in the military, but we move like military kids.
Right.
So I went to 3 different elementaries. I went to 3 different middle schools. So, I got
Kicks out for fighting.
No, it's just we always moved to where I was in I'm living in different addresses. So I pretty much lived on every side of town, north, south, east, west, downtown, Park City.
So you're saying you remember people from elementary
So I've
middle school.
accumulated a lot of
a following.
Yeah, I've accumulated a lot of friendships, whether that's on the basketball court or in schools or just anything. So a lot of people that I know is like I went to school with or I had some type of relationship with.
The thing that made me mad is we get there, I got my chains on and everything. I pimp up to the bar all slow motion like music's playing. I get there and I'm like, what's up, man? He's like, what's up? I'm like, let me get 2 adios. Boom. Brings out these little dinky ass cups, things you swish around some Listerine in your mouth with. That was it. And I was like, how much is it? $7 a piece. I was like, all right, you're gonna break the bank over here.
He's like,
$7. Yeah. Moth flew out of my wallet when I opened it up, and I was like, all right, I got it. I get done. Gene comes up after. I turn around, I see the bartender and him like, what's up, man? I ain't seen you in like 18 million years. How your kids do it? Blah, 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 blah. Got a big ass drink. I don't want to hear it.
He was like,
yeah.
Tell me when to stop.
Here's the bottle.
He was acting like Olive Garden. Tell me when to stop.
With the cheese.
He said, when you're here, your family.
Exactly.
Man.
He was like, how much? He was like, nothing. He gave him some money.
No, I mean, another thing, as far as my personality, people say, I'm like mellow and laid back, but it's kind of like, I reveal more to the people I'm like, that I know. But I pride myself into being like cordial and cool with a lot of people. Like, I don't really have any bad blood, so I can just like encounter a lot of people and they could be like, oh, what's up? Instead of be like, oh, fuck that nigga with the dreads. I remember he did this and that back in the day. Like, I don't
That's
move
for
like
us
that.
to do.
So I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. I'm
Saying
just
you're an orange then.
No, I'm just.
They got to peel back them layers to get to that juice.
He's an onion.
I'm just mellow, man. I'm just mellow.
But nah, it was a good night. We had a few friends come out, few faces or whatever, some old faces I ain't seen in quite a minute.
In a coon's age.
Yeah. It got kind of awkward
face.
at a few moments for some people.
You got awkward.
Yeah, for some people. Yeah,
Yeah.
not me.
Who are those people?
Cool as a cucumber.
Cool.
Because he likes causing. He likes
Bringing people together.
Yeah.
People that I like together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Liked.
sure.
So let's just say a lot of people have a lot of warm energy, and he's kind of like a cold person. So you have that warm and cold front, you know, kind of creates a vortex, and you know,
Look,
some damage may ensue, some chaos may ensue, may or may not, depends on which direction the wind is blowing.
no, man.
I describe it more as nails on the chalkboard, and you're the one doing it, so it doesn't really affect you, but it affects everyone else around.
No, it didn't. Everybody was cool. Everybody had a good night.
It was a drama-free night.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm trying
give you
to
that.
put
But
on-
body language
It was
is
a drama-free
everything.
night, but it was just
Demeanors,
it
and
was
body language.
weird. It was weird in certain situations.
Okay.
It was a lot of it was multiple dynamics going on all at the same time.
Yes, there was.
It was like
would've
musical chairs.
without an old element or whatever, you know, it still would have been the exact same energy.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
same awkwardness or whatever. So we ain't lose nothing. Shit, I had a good night and then a good after night. So yeah, man. Good job getting into.
I'll just say this:
What?
when guys go out, it's you know when we go to the club, we don't want to be surrounded by a whole bunch of guys. It's nice to have women around, whether all shapes, colors, and sizes. All right. Now, the one thing I don't want to be around is someone that I had relationships in the past.
Why?
That's what I don't want to be around.
Why?
Because the past is the past. I ain't on that no more.
Yeah,
and,
what would
I'm
it
over
matter?
it.
That's like a maturity thing, because
Yeah.
if that person done did their thing and you doing your thing, why come y'all can't be in the same space
Exactly.
without it being an issue? That just sounds like
Correction.
immaturity to me.
Correction. I don't want to be around someone I have relations with when I'm already dating someone else. That's my thing. If I'm single, then yeah, it don't matter.
Then you gonna get that temptation.
Then the maturity,
All right, you gonna
the
start
maturity part
sweating.
comes
Your
in.
knees gonna
Yeah.
start rattling.
But if
Your
I'm in a
underwear gonna start getting
relationship-
tighter.
Or I'm in a relationship, I'm not going to invite someone that I previously had relationships at. I'm just going to leave it to that. That's all I'm going to say. I'm just going to leave it to that.
Shots fired.
No, it's no shots because he's sitting right here.
Like, I don't give a fuck.
Because he doesn't care. He doesn't get nails on the
I
chalkboard.
invited her.
Exactly. He
So why-
invited her.
So yeah, the story is because we're beating around the bush and floating around the toilet bowl.
No, because I'm not. It's not my place.
I ain't never heard that term. Floating around.
It's not my place to say.
I don't care. You gonna document that? But nah, man. So I invited a girl I used to talk to or whatever.
Yes.
And she seemed like she liked to go out. So I was like, hey, you want to go out? And that was kind of it. She came out. It did get a little awkward between her and another one of our friends or whatever. Yeah.
It got awkward amongst
I don't
another
understand
friend
that
that we
one.
were with, and it
Yeah, I
just
don't
got
get that
awkward.
one.
It got awkward with you and her because she started bringing up the past,
Man.
and I was like, why she bring up the
She
past?
always does that.
Yeah,
But
well,
ain't
I
worried
thought it
about
was awkward.
The crazy thing is, I was telling, said person, I was like, you and the person that you kind of don't like and kind of don't like you actually got a lot in common. You guys would actually get along if you actually talked.
Are you
really
talking
would.
about their titties?
No, but
Oh.
I mean, yeah.
They were on full display.
Yeah.
Well, me being the
Oh, the man in the
Yeah,
relationship.
just don't dig yourself a hole, pal.
look with my eyes. I was window shopping. I wasn't shopping really. I was just passing through.
Yeah, but nah, what was funny though, because while we were over there, I was whooping her ass in pool, then I saw that it was getting kind of heated over where you guys were sitting.
It was.
We got politicians over here having a public service announcement.
Yeah, I know, I'm being messy, but nah, because my friend came over and she was like, oh, "It's getting kind of scary over there. I don't know what the fuck they talking about." I was like, "Yeah, it's all good."
It's just when we go out with certain people. Certain people just like to debate in the club.
But it's a liquor infused debate.
It's
Like,
you don't need to debate in the club.
You don't need to.
But
Even outside the club and on the way home.
I mean, you debate where you debate, but some places
no, the club ain't nowhere to debate,
the
bro.
club is nowhere
It's
to
just like
debate.
Yeah, I know you work in the office, just like you at work. Like you
Yeah.
on the floor with everybody, then you go to the break room or your car to have your break. You don't want to be on your break with people complaining about stuff that's happening on the floor. It's like I'm on my break. Like leave me alone.
Get
Like
away from that.
Exactly.
that's how I feel like at the club. You just trying to have a good time. You get to detach from the world,
Trying to
and
shake some butt.
so you don't want to be hearing all that stuff.
But yeah, overall it was a good night. I think we should do it again in like maybe a month or two. I don't know.
No,
Actually,
man,
like in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks,
yeah,
brother.
Yeah.
2 weeks on payday. Every pay week, we going out this week. We gonna be broke this summer.
Okay.
Nah. But I didn't care, honestly. I was like, none of this stuff matters to me.
Like, what, what do you mean? Like, you just
was
talking about the little side conversation.
just everything. I was like, none of this matters. I was ready to go home and poke on something. You know what I'm saying? Shoot. So,
Hey, me too.
so y'all was over here talking about what's the next move.
Nah, 'cause
what we eating. I was trying to eat a pink taco.
2 people was talking about going to the west side. That's why I was like, nah, it ain't happening. It was way too late. And I was like, eh.
That's how I felt when y'all said the East Hall. I was like, man, you got me going up and down all these booby traps on Kellogg. Hell no.
Yeah, that's how we knew the night was over. But yeah, man. Good night. Yeah.
If you're in the Wichita area and you're listening to this, you should find us and meet up with us and be like, hey, I listened to your podcast. And we'll give you a high five. And maybe you can buy some shots.
I was on point with like the DJ and like all his transitions. I was like calling them before they dropped. And he was like, hey, maybe we got a spot for you. This nigga, get this nigga off the roster.
We can use someone like you at the city.
I mean, of course he would. You already knew everybody in there. So just talk to the owner. Like, what's with this guy? I got better transitions on an iPod. Like, get the fuck out of here.
But I will say, I like having fun because we don't really do much in the club. We just stand around and just
Speak for yourself.
shoot shit and just drink. Like stuff we can easily do at home.
Speak for yourself.
We're in an environment where there's people around.
There's untamed ass walking around though.
You're right.
You can't see that.
Want somebody to hold your hand?
No, but like my new thing is asking security guards have they ever had to kick out a security guard. Cause I heard it on Atlanta, and his response on the show Atlanta was funny. He was like, "Yeah, I have. It was weird. He knew all the moves." So I was thinking, like, I'm gonna ask a security guard that. So I asked 2 security guards if they ever kicked out a security guard. One guy was like, "No," and the other guy at the front, he was like, "Yeah, I did." And I was like, "Was it awkward?" He was like, "Nah, it was easy actually. I was bigger than him." So I was like, "Okay." So that's my new survey now. Every time I go somewhere, I'm gonna start asking security guards that.
Speaking of that, and we can leave this shit, but I don't like their new system or whatever. Maybe I ain't been out in forever, but just how you come in and then like go to the desk or whatever.
So for people
fucking stupid.
So for people who don't know, because what you just described sounds like a normal practice in bigger clubs, but our ghetto clubs used to be just like you show ID, you go walk right in.
Nah, man, because they would still like pat you down or whatever.
Yeah.
Barely.
You gotta go wait in a line. It's like they trying to make it like TSA.
Yeah.
You gotta empty your pockets, put in a little bag.
You gotta
turn around, bend over, touching knees.
Now they're being all safe and stuff and patting people down, looking for
I didn't
weapons.
If they really want to be safe, they should get bulletproof glass.
If they really want to be safe, just don't have a club.
Nah.
Or put no blacks.
One thing I did find funny though, because when I was initially in line or whatever, somebody that was behind me, I was just face forward doing my thing, whatever.
Yeah.
And security's like looking at the dude behind me. He's like, "Hey, bro, no, you can't come in with that." So
The shoes.
Nah, it wasn't even the shoes.
Because the dudes was behind us. He was like, hey, dress code, you can't come in with those.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that though.
Yeah.
But I turned around when I got through, I asked him, I was like, "So what was up with the dude behind me or whatever?" He's like, "Oh, he was wearing sweatpants." I was like, "How the fuck do you come in to the club wearing sweats?"
Yeah.
Like just. Come on, man.
Trying to be comfortable.
No,
You know what it was.
Girls like
You know what it was.
He have no drawers on.
girls like to get pretty and
was a fan.
dolled up.
Yeah.
Guys like to get fresh and clean.
Some dude.
Well, for the most part. So
Yeah.
for you to just leave your house and think you gonna pull some bitches in the club with some Mick Foley sweatpants on.
His drawstring all out.
He had no drawers on, so he was gonna try to dance on somebody. Like,
Nigga had no pockets on them sweats. Like it was cuffing at the ankles.
He had a shirt with a pocket.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way you get in. He pulled his ID out. It was all sweaty.
Like, how the fuck do you?
You know we had it tucked into the skin purse.
Yeah, man, it was nasty.
Yeah.
I was like, do better, man. Like, look at me. I'm out here shining and everything.
Nah.
He's hating.
I applaud that establishment for beefing up the security and checking ID. I don't like the charging at the door,
Yeah.
but
I'm
it is
thinking
what
we
it
didn't make the
is.
time frame, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I'm
Black
cheap,
people.
so
Man, we got to get there before.
At least I had cash on me.
Shit, I had to get it out there, janky ass ATM.
Yeah, they got the ATM in the wrong spot, like in the line to where you just like getting buried.
Everybody looking at your PIN number.
Yeah.
How much you got in there? Ooh, $10. No, I ain't.
You know what?
to.
I got him.
Yeah.
Let me get here real quick.
Man, I'm mad that I don't know how much I spent. I know I paid for 3 people to get in.
You just whining and dining.
No.
Whining and dining these hoes,
Not at all,
man.
not at all,
Whining
not
and
at all.
dining these hoes.
Nah, but you know, to a certain
Hey, that's
extent,
the-
it was kind of like I invited you, so
That's
you
what
know.
the-
You invited me too. You didn't pay for me.
I didn't invite you. I
That's
said we
what
going
October's
out.
very own does, you know.
Absolutely.
They wine and dine, you know.
Right.
You know, damn it! I wish I would remember his stupid ass post from today.
Nigga be pre-ordering.
Is that, that's terrible. But yeah, man. Night out. Hey, you should probably join us if we spent this long talking about it. And we must have had a good time.
Exactly. And at the end of the day,
The day gonna end. Shout out to Glorilla. I hate when people say that.
But it's true.
I don't even know what to say after that. No, I was gonna say, you know, it's like we wasn't disappointed on the people who weren't there. It was more, you know, we just happy that they came. You know,
Yeah.
happy that people that did show up showed up. So shout out to people who showed up.
Yep.
And that's listening to this.
You're the real MVP.
Your check's gonna be in the mail.
Stupid. Nah, I had a question though. And after watching that little Mr. Beast episode thing, like, is it better to, or is it worse to lose in an activity that somebody that's older or younger than you? Like,
I would. It just depends. Like if you lose to somebody older, you know, they got the, you know, if you're playing with like a physical game or a mind game, like a.
I'll put it in like this or whatever. I was watching this video. It was like some old dude or whatever. Somebody's dad. He used to play basketball apparently, or he just, you know, casually played or whatever. And so like he put up this video and his dad was getting buckets on like both his sons or whatever. And
Is
then
it an old
he's
dude?
like, yeah,
I seen that
Yeah,
video.
he's like, oh, they said this in the comments or whatever. All right, let's go do it again. So he ran it back and he was like, you know, giving his son the business. And I was just like, I couldn't imagine losing to an old dude in like basketball or whatever, because you know you expect you to be in your youth somewhat, and then losing to somebody older than you, like that would suck. But then I was like, if you were playing basketball against like somebody younger like that dude and you still lost, like which is worse?
Either way, there's a reasoning for both. Like,
No.
if I lose to someone that's younger than me, then they obviously got more youthful. They got better knees than I do.
But that is
they're more agile.
But you like if you're older at the game of basketball, you should be more experienced, more
exactly.
skilled,
If I lose to someone
you know,
older than their experience.
Yeah. So they just playing off of youth and athletic ability.
And it don't matter. Neither one of them can whoop me. So,
What if they did? What if
then, like,
it's
older-
a physical activity?
all right, well, you already know if they YN what I'm going to do.
Nothing.
If they older, yeah, I don't know.
I feel like it's equally the same to me. So if I put myself in that scenario and I got like a little 19-year-old that want to play me in basketball,
Let's not even say 19. Go younger.
okay, 15.
Okay. Maybe 12.
Yeah, I couldn't lose to them because when I was going to my daughter's games, you know, first 5 games the boys play first and then the girls play second, and then
Size
the
of
last
the
5
competition.
games the girls play first. And I was like, man, I can beat every boy. I was like, I can beat every boy on your basketball team, 1-on-1 with no break. Beat them the next one, come up, beat them. So you know, that's just how my mind's programmed. So I couldn't lose to a younger person or an
But
older
what
person.
if you did? We ain't talking about that. You could. We're talking about if they busted your ass.
I was just like,
Which one would be
He
worse?
probably going to find them.
Like we got to run it back.
Pull it,
Which
yeah,
one would be
exactly. Run
worse?
it back, nigga. Run
Yeah.
it back.
I can if you lose to a younger person, you can justify it. Maybe they might be a little quicker, like I said, young and youthful. So
They playing in
if you lose
Crocs.
out to that like LeBron, like if he's getting cooked by some young dudes on a few possessions, all right, it's warranted. But to lose to a dude that got decades on you and you supposed to be running circles around him, I feel like losing to an older person would be more disrespectful.
Yeah.
I'm
Because
talking
there's no
about
excuse for that.
Old dudes with his kneecap showing. He got the glasses, goggles on.
Yeah, he like Uncle Drew out there. Like,
He,
you can't
he got
lose to
icy
that.
hot on the
He
side.
smell like Ben Gay and shit. Like you can't lose to
greased
that.
I
up.
feel like I would. I would hate to lose to this person younger than you because you know they're gonna keep talking shit and it's gonna be in an undeveloped voice or whatever. Like, yeah, I whooped your ass. Like, you know, you can't touch this motherfucker. Just anything.
But then
and I'm gonna feel some type of way.
It might be the next LeBron James or
But then
Kevin
you gotta
Durant
be
or
the
Steph
stepping
Curry.
stone in that.
Yeah.
Like you play a role in that life, and if it, or that dude's legend or whatever, if it got recorded, then you gonna be the first one in the book. Like when he was 12 years old, he crossed this broke ass, this bitch ass nigga up. Look at
It's
the
just your
knee.
face like.
Yeah. Now he's gonna go back and go to his post office
That's
job.
fine.
Like
We'll
that's
just-
your life.
We'll just use Kyle's logic. If you lose to the young guy, you just gotta go fuck his mom.
Exactly.
His mom don't want you. You lost to him.
but
She's
you
like,
ain't-
why would I want you?
But you ain't losing in the bed.
Yeah, nah. She ain't gonna let you in that far.
Shoot. Whatever.
She's like, my son's got a bigger dick than you. Like it's a wrap.
Yeah.
An old dude, I could lose to them because I mean, old people already talk shit anyway. You know, they always got these sayings or whatever. You know, like yeah, you still wet behind the ears, youngster. Like just something stupid.
Either way, I'm gonna be like, don't you got grandkids to be taken care of? Like, why
Yeah,
don't
you
you
one of them.
tell them to go home?
So for you, it's older. For me, it's younger. What
be like
about
the
you?
the wheel's coming on. You need to go home.
What about you? What about you?
Like I said, there's a reasoning for both of them. So
it's like if it's like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, you would want to lose to the grandpa. Like he just
I would, yeah.
like he's old as fuck.
I'll break his
He's
hip.
been in the
take
bed
that.
for like 50 years.
I'll be scared to break his hip.
I could take that.
Nah.
Yeah, man. Like I said,
You gotta
that's
you
exposure
gotta
right
lose to
there.
the youth because
I'm
they're the
gonna
next
start pulling on
generation.
skin.
You
Nah, fuck them.
can't lose to the baby boomers.
I can. Look, he's like buckets. And yeah, the wheel's coming on. I got 3 minutes. Let me get this over with. Game. Blouse
Niggas
is
dentures
spam.
fall out on the game with the shot.
And while I'm sitting there gasping for air while he's walking away or whatever, I'm like, he's still the greatest. He still got it.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Yeah. What would you rather lose to, chat? Let us know in the comments below.
Not live.
Let us know in the comments below. Would you rather lose to an old person, or would you rather lose to a young buck?
A young nigga can teach you something.
Would you rather lose to
you.
a girl?
What?
Would you rather lose to a girl?
I don't care either way.
Oh yeah, I'll lose to a girl. She could take me down in the post all day.
We loving basketball. Wait, is that what it is? Yeah.
Just punch her right in the cooter.
That don't always work, man.
Yeah, you're right.
Some of them like that.
Yeah, and nowadays, you know what they say.
What?
There's research, studies have shown that women have been getting labia puffs now.
Get
Yeah,
the fuck
labia puffs.
That sounds like a new snack.
Try the new labia puffs for a
Why?
limited time.
Yeah, sort of.
I get it. It makes sense now that I think about it. Because if you got the lip fillers for these lips, you know,
So do those too.
some down there probably think, oh, you know, because you know, like the print, they be like, oh, you know, like the girls like Glorilla, she said moose knuckle, but that's really for dudes. She really meant to say,
The camel toe.
yeah, camel toe.
No,
So
she
you-
got a moose knuckle.
So maybe girls are feeling like insecure about that if they don't got the puff labia.
I'm gonna just let you know right now, ladies. And it's Women's History Month. I'm gonna let you know right now, ladies,
That he doesn't discriminate.
Exactly. That kitty cat is beautiful. Regardless of what it's looking like down there, it's beautiful. You don't need no surgery. You don't need no surgery.
He said
to
as
make
long as
look-
it got his
make
name on it, he
make
gon'
look youthful.
right.
Either way, I'm gonna eat. Shoot, I eat at Arby's every day.
Yeah, you alive, bro? I don't even eat Arby's. We got the meat.
Boom, boom.
If you got the beats, you got the beats.
Why
you
they
know
got
what I'm saying?
Ben Rames doing the like?
If you
I
got
mean-
the beats, you got the meats. But
Yeah.
But that's crazy to think about. You know, women are so insecure that they want to go out and get surgery done.
That's they whole like.
I can understand if it's like falling out your drawers and like you
Nah.
want to, tighten it up a bit.
It's because like I mean, it's an opinion. It's not factual. It's just
Exactly.
my opinion. It just feels like this new age of women is being programmed that their whole priorities got to be based off appearance,
Women.
and it's like altering their body to look like something that they aren't equipped with.
Yeah.
So if you aren't equipped with, you know, like I said, the girls showing off their little, you know, whatever. Yeah. Now you just done dated yourself with.
Showing off that cootie cat.
But yeah, so it's like I don't really
Either
see.
way, it's gonna purr. You know,
I don't
what
really
I'm
see a
saying?
whole lot of guys just want to like alter their image
'Cause they don't got
I think
surgeries
I think
for
guys just kind of more accepting of it. Like you know, they got a few things like.
I'm trying to get rid of the wrinkles in my balls.
Bro,
I
what
want
is
them
with you
smooth as
with
eggs.
dicks and ball holes?
I'm just saying, like, why women got surgery to make their cootie cat look all youthful, but men still walk around with 90-year-old balls to the day they die?
How do you know that they don't have that surgery?
Oh, shoot. No one's talking about it.
You know why people aren't talking about
Why?
it?
'Cause we don't care.
No, men do care. It's the fact that we will cook the shit out of each other if somebody finds out that you did that. Look, you can't pay a compliment to any of your friends ever. And if somebody fucks up or does anything, they're getting roasted.
I
That's how men
complimented this nigga's
compliment.
shoes the other episode.
And we
And
lit
roasted
your
me
ass
for
up.
no
Maybe
reason.
it's just
So imagine like you down at Dr. Miami or whatever, getting your balls all smooth.
ball
and everything.
smooth, yes.
You know, somebody's gonna find out about that.
Y'all ain't gonna find out. Y'all would never know.
Somebody's gonna find out.
Y'all would
about
never
it.
know till we go swimming
Nah,
or
it's gonna
something.
be TMZ. You're gonna be walking out and they're like, "God, did you get your balls all smooth?" And then everybody's gonna be writing songs about you and everything, and that's gonna be
trying to Botox your ball.
Shoot. Whatever.
you know, iron your balls out first so that get them smooth.
Don't be passed out. I'm not gonna feel it.
But yeah, nah, there are surgeries, whatever, and shit that men can do, like fucking going to Turkey and get your hairline
Hair
back,
transplant.
Or, you know,
Just for me.
Tyga and Tory Lanez and LeBron or whatever they done
Nori.
did. And then the leg extensions. Like,
Yeah.
homeboy was
Knee
like 5'7",
extensions.
and he
know,
went to like 6 feet or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's shit that people can do, or whatever. It's just probably not talked about as much because men are insecure. So that's what it is. It's not like women are, you know.
I just think a lot of men don't give a fuck because, you know,
Yeah.
They get a nut either way.
like I said, as long as you got money and something going,
At least smell good.
anybody's gonna want you. You can be a fat bastard like off of Austin Powers.
attacked.
You know, you'll have a room full of bitches.
Yeah, man. But that's what it is. But you would get your balls smooth. I don't think you would do anything. I think, did we already talk about this?
I wouldn't seriously get my balls
I think you
smooth.
would.
I wouldn't put it past.
If it was like
Yeah.
cheap, maybe. Like they doing both of them?
Nah, just one of them.
like, what's the purpose? Like, are they like
It's like it-
getting in the way of your everyday life? Like you can,
Nope.
you sitting on them in the car? Like, what's going
I just think
on?
it'd be a good conversation starter in the bed. Like, damn, this balls are smooth as eggs.
Man, you been watching too much Dave Chappelle.
Looks up at the camera.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, if I had surgery, you know, it'd probably just be lipo, you know, same old. Just suck the fat out.
Where'd you put it? You get a BBL?
I'm gonna get a DB.
You get a DBL?
Since we on that, let's bring up our joke our joke that we did in the club. Cause it was like a real life scenario that came from a conversation we overheard, and then we flipped it to the male version. You remember?
Oh yeah.
So-
Because we had a friend who obviously had her chest done, and like when a set of girls showed up, she introduced herself and she was like, "How?" And they was all like complimenting on her breasts.
Yeah.
And I was just like, "That's not a thing guys can just normally do."
Yeah,
which
it was
is
like,
weird that girls can just
Like, oh,
do it.
this is my 4-year anniversary.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, they're 4-year-old, they're 4-year-old," and I was like, "That's a weird thing to say about yourself." But you let a guy say that, you know, "Oh yeah, you know, I just got this installed, you know, 4 years old, you know, I got my
It's your
leg
4-year
all out."
anniversary.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that done?
Oh,
What's
you
the
know,
address? It's like,
Went
dudes
down
can't
there.
have that conversation.
Hector in Tijuana, you know, he'd do you right.
So it was
Can't
just,
piss straight for a week, but you be all right.
That's what I'm saying.
it was just funny as hell. It was like the shit that girls can do. There's no way guys could like
Exactly.
do that same scenario.
That is true. Man, well, I was going back to that. I don't know what was wrong. I broke the seal and had to go to the bathroom or whatever. I felt like I fell asleep in there. I was peeing so long. I was like, well, why am I still in here? Like, it's never stopping. And then one of the sinks didn't work, so I had to swap places with a dude that was just looking in the mirror and doing his fucking thing. I was like,
yeah.
Oh, at the club?
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing didn't work.
Man, the funniest thing to me when I went to go use the bathroom in the club, I forgot what song they was playing. It was like an old slow jam. And I'm in there like pissing, and like the other dudes are in there and they're like singing along. Everybody's just hitting the notes and like switching off to carry on the hook.
Tell me?
Yeah, they was. I'm in there trying to pee, and I'm like, yeah. I was in there trying to. Yeah, that was the song.
It's just an Usher song.
That was the song. Was he in there too? Was he in there too?
Start singing.
No, so I'm in there like laughing, and they just like carrying on the tune, and it's like the dude at the sink singing, the dude at this urinal singing, the other one singing. There's like a nigga in the stall, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on in
Kyle,
here?
he's squeezing his smooth balls to get them high notes.
I was like, this shit is
Yeah,
hilarious.
they
bro.
was while y'all about to go get some cootie cat.
But I was like, yeah, that night was like fun and like every aspect from like the parking lot to what happened getting in there, the check at the front counter, the bar, the every little start to finish, whatever.
The leave in the parking lot.
Yeah, leaving the parking lot.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
No.
Man.
But your friend, she aggressive. I didn't like that.
No, she's not like that.
She aggressive.
No, she's
I know
not.
she was trying to.
She wouldn't be punching on me like that. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna leave it to that.
Whatever. You wouldn't do nothing but.
She was the wingman.
Nah.
I wouldn't have to do nothing. My woman would have did something.
Well, she would have had to go out.
She would have found her. She would have found her.
Whatever. No, it was funny though, 'cause I had another bathroom thing. So when I was at work today, the weirdest shit happened, man. I'm
Really? It came out weird?
Nah, man. I go to the bathroom. I go start washing my hands or whatever. Some dude walks in. He's hitting the urinal, and then he farted. It was audible. Like he's at the like
reverb.
Yeah. I was like, that's a power move right there. Like,
It is.
like he just farted. Like, what am I gonna do about that? Like,
You were in there like did he see you see him fart?
no,
Probably
well,
looked you dead in the face
yeah, I'm
and did
still over there washing, and he's off to my left, and he's peeing, and I hear burp.
Where else is he supposed to do it, Jonathan?
Do you fart when you're at the urinal?
If I'm by myself, yeah.
If you're by yourself?
Yeah.
I was still in there washing
That
my
is-
hands.
He
and
didn't give
not
zero
care.
fucks.
That's what I'm saying. It was a power move.
It's really a power move if he do it while he's washing his hands. Now that means he
Just
waiting.
leave you in there, and then the next person walking in like, damn, nigga, you stink. Nah, it's a hit and run, bro.
Yeah, that's really. He probably walked out, didn't wash his hands too.
White people.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. They full of power moves.
Yeah, man.
How's that a power move?
Because they don't care. That's the thing.
diabolical move.
They don't care.
It's like, say something.
Exactly. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Nasty
What
motherfucker.
you
This
gonna
the
do?
bathroom. I thought this was supposed to be nasty.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know we was in the kitchen. Last time I checked, there was a toilet over here.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I had to get out of there.
Did you? Did you get out before he was done?
Yeah.
He was probably pissing for a minute too, huh? Was it one of them long farts that he been holding in for a
Nah,
minute?
it was, but like I said, it was audible. Like, it wasn't like a little, ghost pooty or whatever. Like, he let it off.
He was like, I've been holding this in since,
Yeah,
since
since
this
I got
morning.
in here.
Yeah.
Just whomp. I'm like, all right, man. Like, that's how you feel.
I just assume your job's pretty loud though. You can just let them rip wherever, huh?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And do.
Your place is quiet and you can't get away with it.
I'm in my own office and I be scared. I be sometimes I be sitting there at my desk and I be wanting to fart. I'm like, wait, no, I'm the only one in here.
No, I'll be
They don't
wondering
know
that
it's
because
me.
like our ops manager, his like he moved his office like right out in front of the floor where production's at. And all day long, you just see people in and out of his office, like
Yeah.
other managers and supervisors. I'm like, what if he's just in there chilling like you, and he decides to? I'm in here by myself, and he lets one off. And
wanting
someone
to.
comes in there wanting to talk, and
Exactly.
it's like,
You know what it
You
is.
already gonna put two and two
Yeah.
together, like
Yep.
you nasty.
That's why I got some melting wax in my room. 'Cause my room always smells
Melting
good.
wax.
I got some,
The candle
Yeah,
thingy?
the candle wax. I make sure my room smell good.
Every once in a while.
I be eating chicken in there, and I don't want them walking
Surprise,
in.
surprise.
It's eating.
Surprise, surprise.
I don't want them walking in there and be like, it smells like chicken in here.
And you're like,
But
black.
I got a supervisor though. He don't give a crap. He just farts whenever. You be mid talking to.
Ethnicity.
Palm color.
He doesn't care. He just lets it rip. But he's been there for like 30 damn years, so he don't.
That's why.
He built the building.
But it's like he don't say nothing. He don't mention nothing. I don't know if it
Act
just
like
slips
it
out.
never happened.
I don't know if it just slips out. You just
Power
start
move,
smelling
man.
something foul in the area, and like nobody says anything. And it's just
I
like,
hate when a bunch of niggas act like they don't smell something.
yes,
Like, oh, that's disrespectful.
it's
Yeah.
like you just gotta sit there and smell it. But it is a power move, definitely, because
Yeah, man.
I respect that nigga for
There was this
that.
girl back in the day when we went to docks and she would just walk around smelling like that. Power move, man.
I bet so.
It ain't never gonna end. Fuck, the beef is forever.
You said there was a girl
Yeah,
that you know?
yeah, we all know her.
I don't know. You might have.
Remind me of a girl.
I got no comment.
What's the-
Starts with what? Rhymes with what?
I got no
it starts with an R.
I got no comment.
Anyways, man, so while I was talking about work or whatever, I got into some shit the other day. So, you know, our material handler, whatever, she was trying to put some shit onto like a little ramp or whatever to get it shipped off. And I had to leave work early because the boy had an eye appointment. So I was trying to get up out of there. It was at 1:30. I was leaving. It was already 1 o'clock. I had to go to Derby and then drive to Wichita. So I was going to be late regardless. So I was trying to hurry up and, you know, do what I got to go do. And so she's like, hey, this thing has a wheel and it's stuck on here. Can you help me or whatever? And I'm like, bitch, I'm trying to get the fuck up out of here. But all right, fine. So I started trying to help her, like, drag the shit out. It ain't going because it's stuck. So we're at one end trying to pull it both or whatever. She goes around to the other end. And I don't know if she knew that I was getting ready to start pulling or lifting or doing whatever the fuck I got to do to get this thing out. And so when I go, huh, then she goes, huh, falls back or whatever, busts her shit.
Dang.
And like, I didn't know that she fell as hard as she
Workman's call.
did. Pretty much. So I didn't know she fell as hard as she did or whatever. So
Like,
she,
get up, stop playing.
Wouldn't have
Pretty
happened if
much.
you wouldn't have came asking for my help.
Exactly. But she gets up and she's like walking around with her like, and I'm thinking like, you goofy ass bitch, like, you know, like you so silly, like, why you acting all crazy, like you hurt or whatever. That wasn't a hard fall. So I still keep trying to get the shit in, and I eventually get it off and get it loaded in there. And shut up. But I get it loaded.
Beating up coworkers.
Well, man, so I get it loaded, and once, you know, I turn to her and she's still kind of walking around, I give her a thumbs up, like, yeah, it's good to go, whatever. And she kind of like, you know, whatever. Like,
Her wrist over here like this.
I didn't see nothing. So I walk out. Apparently she walked to our manager's desk or whatever.
Yeah, nigga, you about to be having a visit with HR.
And they said that her wrist was like already bruising up and
Jesus
everything.
Christ.
And she's like, oh, John or whatever. And then like he's wondering like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean? Like, we have at least 3 Johns, Jonathan, whatever. And so he's asking. I'm already gone. I'm doing my thing. I get a text from him later on like, you got a sec? And I'm like, yeah,
Damn.
you know, whatever. So he's texting back and forth. He's like, so what happened when she fell or whatever? And I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of weird. That, it might be something serious. So I start hitting him back. I tell him what happened. He's like, all right, cool. I get into work the next day. Everybody in here is like, oh, you in here beating women or whatever. The whole fucking
If you
day,
check his work history.
People have been asking me. Shut up. Still got a case going. Have you ever paid $500 to an open case? No. But so like the whole day people were like, man, you just over there pushing women and everything. So anytime I'm talking to somebody else in the shop, that, because word just spreads fast and shit. Like even after our meeting or whatever, he's like, all right, so everybody heard about what happened and blah blah blah. Nobody says anything during the meeting. After the meeting, somebody's like, wait, so what happened? And I'm like, okay, so this is what happened. Some dude comes over, the same MAGA dude, which, you know, I kind of fuck with. He's like, oh no, he pushed her over there. He pushed that bitch down, and you know, and then like everybody starts jumping in.
Homegirl had a neck brace on the next day.
Like everybody throughout the whole shop was just asking me all day, and then, you know, coming up to the same conclusion that I just be beating bitches up. And I was like, man, I didn't do shit. So yeah, and then like our boss and all the security people or whatever, you know, safety people was like, hey, we need you to come down this way.
Dang.
We got to talk about this, see what happened or whatever. So I had to demonstrate all the shit.
Oh, they didn't have cameras that catch that
We ain't
stuff?
got no cameras in there.
It was in the back. It was in the back area where there was no cameras.
Nah.
That's where you can get away with it.
I was like, disappointed me for the last time.
There's gonna be a dramatization at the courthouse. She was like,
And then he stood over me and he laughed. But yeah, man. So I don't know. I mean, the crazy thing is,
You got a
when I was
queso.
going into this, I was just kind of thinking like, hey, if they're like, hey, we got to walk you out, like, you know, you were involved in an accident or whatever, I was gonna be like, ah, fuck it. I can just devote all my time to the All Points podcast.
well, Jonathan, did you say sorry?
No, because sorry is an admission of guilt.
All right.
What, you think I don't know that? I ain't never said sorry in my life.
I can see. I can tell. Well, I hope she's all right.
Yeah, I said that. I ain't saying sorry.
Thoughts and prayers.
No. But yeah, man, wild times at work.
Man, about to be the last few times at work.
Oh well,
If you keep on.
anyway, I'll be tired. I'll be ready to leave.
Man, can you imagine getting let go for something like that and you got to collect on unemployment?
I don't think I'd be able to collect unemployment, but I'd be like, shit, my girl take care of me.
I don't need this. My woman got 2 jobs.
Exactly.
Dang.
Yeah, man.
You I guess you just got to be careful next time, Jonathan.
It wasn't even
Next
on
time
me.
someone asks for help, walk the other way.
Basically, yeah.
Exactly.
That's what I'm on now.
Don't be out here helping these females.
Nobody.
Set me up. It's
Because
a
all the
trap.
people around there, whenever they need help lifting some heavy shit, they always go to me. And I'm like, look, I'm not the only motherfucker that can lift shit here.
Yeah.
I'm not even the strongest person
They probably
here.
think you are the strongest person. That's probably why they asked you.
Maybe. But now everybody was like, oh, you're over there, beating women. I was like, yeah, y'all keep it up and y'all gonna be next. So
That's not the words you're supposed to say,
it
dog.
doesn't matter. I
Somebody
said,
had their little phone report.
That's all we need. That's all we need. These niggas has no remorse.
March 11th is documented.
Has no remorse.
start showing up in just beaters all day. Like, that's it.
Y'all can wear beaters?
I don't think so.
Oh, I was about to say, what type of time y'all on?
Yeah.
Sounds kind of hetero, little gay if you ask me.
I mean, we work hard, we play hard. Everybody dance now. Simpsons reference.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool, man. It's not cool that you beating up women.
She had it coming.
You can't say that.
I just
'Cause
did.
They're gonna snip this excerpt from the show and say exactly what you just said. Next thing you know, you're gonna be on the side of the street dancing for some money, for some change,
Why not?
panhandling, making $1,000 a day.
Exactly.
Well, that's all like the
That
life
sounds like a lie. Out there doing the worm.
on the hot concrete.
Yeah, man. Why not?
Shoot, man.
Man, speaking of doing some work out there in the heat, I did see this ad or whatever. Shit popped up lately. Shit was wild. Let me send this to your phone. Actually, I don't have to send it to you. But, it's one of them things scrolling through Facebook and you see it and you just kind of like, there ain't no fucking way. So I stumbled upon an ad for some West Indian shit. And they will pay you to come into the island and pretty much pick cotton.
How much an hour?
Said West India.
Yeah. So it's like Barbados and stuff.
Oh, that's where the fob is at.
Is it? But nah.
West
So,
Indies.
you say what?
All the islands.
Yeah.
Caribbean.
But all the comments on there was like, yeah, it sounds good. But once you get there, I can imagine it's going to be like, oh, well, now you can't leave because you didn't read the fine print. So now you just got to pick cotton for the rest of your life.
Yep.
And I was like,
Put you
yeah,
on a ship.
How much could they pay you to pick cotton?
you can't pay me to pick cotton. I'm not doing it.
$75 an hour.
I'm not doing it.
You know, there's some things money can't
80.
buy.
Got to have your dignity. Yeah. I know for a bucket of chicken and,
then
a
there's
jug of
just
Kool-Aid,
imagine
you'll
like
do
you
it.
making purchases like with the money. You know, that's like blood money at that point.
Is it though?
It is blood
It's
money.
an honest living.
Oh, it ain't.
It's an honest living.
How much would you do it for?
For me,
Well, I know me and him aren't going to do it.
Yeah, I'm.
in the field, in the hot sun,
Yeah.
how many breaks I get?
Yeah. How many you get now?
I mean,
He ain't gonna pick it either because this nigga's a house nigga.
I am. I don't think I'm built out for that type
field
of
nigga
work.
activities, and you ain't built for
You
that.
ain't
I
built
don't
for
think
that.
I'm built out for that.
With your soft hands, moisturized.
He's like, we ain't got no AC out here.
Yeah,
I'm like,
like,
nigga, we
like,
outside.
gotta get some lemonade or something.
Nigga ain't
Ain't
never hung on a double rim.
I know I have not.
Ain't never smacked a backboard.
not on the court.
You
No.
ain't never watched the soap go down a man's ass.
Unless we talking my own.
You got a mirror in your bathroom.
Hey, what I got in my bathroom is none of your business. Unless you're trying to find out. To pick cotton, you see, I'm not that good at field work. I don't really like cutting my grass. I like cutting corners eventually. As much as I can cut corners, I'll cut
Got the
corners.
testicular fortitude.
I don't. Like, I don't got
Balls
to.
too smooth.
It was like if it was apocalypse, like we have this conversation. If it's the end of the world, or you're gonna have to use a bronze overbrain.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna.
I'm a hard worker. Don't get me wrong. I'm a hard worker.
Hey, you want to pass me that?
I'm no. You ain't never seen me work. I move this whole place right now by myself. What you talking about?
I'll work you any day.
Man, whatever. You probably like, I need to take a break.
Yeah,
My ankles
right,
hurt.
bro.
My knee extensions are acting up.
Yeah, right.
Nah.
Come work out with me Sunday. We'll see who taps out first.
I mean,
Got real quiet.
50 an hour. I don't know if that's a lot or not. How much do doctors make? I don't know, but it had to be up there. It had to be up there for sure. Maybe 6 figures for sure.
So you can be barred. That's what you're saying.
To pick cotton, I mean,
You can be barred.
there's literally people like doing trash service and like cleaning up porta potties for a living for way less.
Bro, ain't
So
nobody.
you would rather do that than pick cotton?
It ain't even. It's just like it's like symbolic, like what it stands for. Like,
Man, that was over 200 years ago.
your math is wrong.
Get over it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm
Listening
just
to too
kidding.
much Kanye.
He is about to drop. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it's gonna drop, flop, the bucket of slop.
I am proud of this. That one.
What did we look? Oh, so yeah, so that's just you nails on the chalkboard again, just
they-
causing drama.
No,
You still getting updates from that post you posted?
Yeah.
So like to cap off the night, while we was all resting in bed, well, some of us was.
Yeah.
This nigga likes to go on social media after a good night and just start stirring the pot.
Did I?
I don't know. Did you get what you was looking for with that comment?
Yeah.
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 Did people reach you out publicly and be like, "What are you talking about?"
Some people asked.
Really?
Yeah.
And what did you say?
I said, anybody that got beef with me from X amount of years ago can eat a dick.
Yeah.
One thing I did find funny about that is my uncle making a comment. He's like, "Whoa."
That's the problem with y'all young niggas nowadays. Y'all got something sus to say. I don't like that shit. I don't get down with that shit.
Nah, man. It's and I'll be real brief about it or whatever. It's just because me and somebody got into one of our classic discussions
Exactly.
or whatever, which I didn't want to be involved in the first place. But it was just like, hey, one of the same things that come back to the table and talk it out or whatever. And I'm sure I've made my stance clear that I'm not interested at this point in time.
Basically, at the end of the day, back in the day, we used to hang out with a large
Like I
group of
said,
people.
we gotta, because
well,
I'm sure
I'm trying to give
give
context. I'm trying to give more context.
Look,
We
they
used to
don't-
hang.
It's simple as this. You do something at a certain point in your life, whatever that age is. You grow up, you evolve, you meet new people, you build families, you got new whatever.
Yeah.
You're on that path.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to try to like deviate from that and go back and try to relive something you can never recreate. Because even if you go back and try to duplicate it, it's not gonna be the same.
It will never
It's
be.
like
I
Tupac
agree.
said,
Yeah.
some things never be the same, man.
Exactly.
Change.
There's a reason why the Beatles never got back together.
So me and said person that I was having this discussion with or whatever, I had to end it off or whatever a certain way. And yeah. So I had to take it to the Facebook or whatever to make a blank statement, a broad statement or whatever, just to kind of
Broad
let it be
strokes.
known that I drew my line in the sand, and that's where I'm at. Which should also be everybody else's case. If you feel some type of way about something or whatever, don't let anybody try to move you off manipulate your stance on something or whatever. Stay with it. Like if it don't suit you, don't do it.
Right.
But-
what benefits or works for you, don't necessarily mean it's gonna do the same. for me.
Exactly.
My whole thing is if you don't have an issue with that person and they claim to not have an issue with you, then y'all should be able to, come to the table for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all don't,
I mean,
y'all
if
don't.
it's organic, yeah, but if it's like forced, like it's manipulated to be that, then it's not.
Then
It's
it's
not
not
genuine.
phony
Yeah, it's not genuine.
Exactly.
It ain't roast beef. It ain't Arby's beef.
We love Arby's beef. They got the meats.
But
Well,
just
I'm
like you
saying-
said though,
But yeah.
what'd you say? He's like, oh, it doesn't make sense for me to be in the same room with somebody I used to deal with if I'm already in a relationship with this person.
Yeah, man.
So you basically advocating for his position. Got real quiet.
I guess. No, that's
Real quiet.
I do that. I think it's more or less like if I'm having a birthday party and I invite this person and I invite this person, knowing that they used to not be cool with each other in the past. If you claim you don't have issues with this person, and you claim you don't have issues with this person,
The easy way to do
y'all
that
should
is
still be
like,
able to come to my
I'm gonna
birthday
invite this
party.
person gonna be there. Is that okay with you? And you do the same for that person. If they both agree
And
to
if
it,
you-
and they know that they're gonna be in the
Exactly.
same room, then
Yeah.
hey, it's cool.
And that means y'all mature enough to come together and hang out with me for my birthday. But if neither one of y'all show up,
Right.
then y'all wasn't my friends to begin with. That's a whole different issue.
That's the move to make. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna be
It's
there.
like they problems is bigger than your friendship.
Exactly.
That's just like
exactly. But if one person shows up, the other one doesn't, then I'm just like, okay, well, this is my real friend right here. So that's just how it goes. That's my thought process when it comes to situations.
That's when
like
it's
that.
like you don't make it about you. Like if it's your party, I'm showing up for you
Exactly.
in support of you. I'm not gonna make it about
Exactly.
me and my problems with another person.
That's one thing I live by, like, kind of like what you said. I don't got drama with them. I don't have a cordial. I'm a cordial person. I can be in the same room
Right.
with somebody that I didn't like in the past, because at the end of the day, I'm happy where I'm at in my life. Honestly, you might want to pick up the phone on that if you want to, but honestly, that's a true statement from me. Like, I'm happy where I'm at in my life at this moment. And I got no issues with nobody. If anybody got issues with me, then we can
Eat a dick. Yeah.
I'm all
Welcome
cool.
to the team.
I'm all cool with talking it out. But if you don't want to talk it out, then that's perfectly fine too.
You don't want to talk it out. We walking it out.
If you don't want to talk about it, we don't. Good, but just know there ain't gonna be no cussing and fussing from me. I'm just gonna, keep it cool.
That's another one of the old saying.
Cool.
Ain't gonna be no cussing and fussing from me.
No bumping and jumping from me, But I can't say the same for you, so
Nobody can say the same.
exactly.
It's just-
Yeah, I don't want people to speak
It's
for
just
me.
figuring out. It's like, all right, he gave his perspective, you gave your perspective, and you just gotta respect that. I just hate when people try to manipulate your perspective to be their perspective.
Exactly. But I will say this: if you are this goes for anybody, everybody. If you got friends, because it's not at the end of the day, it's not even worth it. It's stupid. But like, if you are sitting at the whatever point in your life and you're just like, man, I really do miss the good old days and whatever, and like, I wonder what such and such is doing, then reach out to them. If you really truly, wonder how they go and how they doing, reach out to them and figure it out. Like, have a conversation. It starts with a conversation. And that's really my tip to you, because like, there's no point in sitting at the house being miserable,
Unless if you're miserable.
Yeah, if you're miserable, there's no point in that. So like,
Yep.
if you want to have a conversation with somebody, have a conversation with
Yeah,
them.
man. And when they ignore your ass,
At least you tried. At least you tried.
at least you tried. And then
Exactly.
when, the further down the line after you tried, then, it's still fuck them.
Exactly.
Rabbit hole is still deep. Anyways, hey, we got some stuff over here. One thing you can rely on is W Energy, not your bum ass friends from 10 years ago.
This is goddamn. This
What do you want me to do?
got a big Lay's chip on his shoulder. Need to get it off.
Not at all. It's all entertainment. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about this. Besides, the people that that I would even be shooting at ain't gonna hear this, so who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
And if they do, then hey, how you doing?
that's all. That's why I said what I said. Because if you are listening to this, feeling that way, just reach out to us.
Right.
Let's talk it over.
Anything can be resolved if
Exactly.
You think so?
With enough alcohol.
that sounds terrible. That sounds like
Anything can be resolved. Want enough alcohol?
So you tell somebody no, then you bring out some alcohol.
You.
I'm gonna get a yes.
Yeah.
Anything can be
Wait a
resolved
minute.
with some alcohol. Get out of here.
No, I'm not saying that at all. But if I'm feeling some type of way and they ain't feeling it, if I drink enough alcohol, I might go find it somewhere else, and get resolved. I will get resolved.
Hey, we're gonna put that on the shirt.
The views of Kyle.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, for real talk.
Alcohol, the holy grail.
Well, did we done did it? Where we at?
Yeah, man, we can go ahead and call it a day. you know,
We can wrap it up.
Call a spade a spade.
Unlike some people's parents should have.
he's always been like that. You didn't see that on Saturday when he was living
on Saturday.
when he was living a real life sitcom, juggling back and forth between different women.
I wasn't juggling shit.
He had chains with one girl. He took the chains off and went to the other girl. Talking
Just
to
mind
her.
my business.
I ain't do nothing. Don't believe the hype. But anyways, this has been the All Plus Podcast. Yeah, man, like, share, subscribe, do all that shit. Send us some questions, like, we know you do.
Yeah, you know what? I was looking at the analytics the other day, and a lot of you guys aren't subscribed to the All Points Podcast on YouTube. Y'all listen to us. Y'all listen to us to the very end, but y'all don't click that subscribe button. So it's like, what's the point? You wasted an hour of your life, when you could be listening to us a lot more. Just keep on, just subscribe to us, man.
Yeah, that's the crazy part about it. Because usually when I listen to something, and it's something that's engaging, something that you find entertaining, then you subscribe to it.
I want more of it,
You want more of it.
Exactly.
Like, why the fuck wouldn't you?
But sometimes some YouTubers be giving up free game, and I'm just like, all right, I ain't gonna listen to this. I ain't gonna listen to the rest of what this got to say, so I ain't gonna subscribe to it. But if you like what you hear, subscribe.
There you go. Had to mix it up.
Exactly.
But yeah, man. Anyways, All Points Podcast. This is Jonathan the Great.
This is Kyle.
Midwest.
And we
are
out of here.
peace.